Don't make these mistakes if you are trying to apply for a rental in Orange County. These are the top mistakes as a listing agent I see tenants make over and over. My name is Jaleesa Peluso, Orange County real estate agent. If this video is at all helpful for you, please hit like, subscribe. The first mistake that tenants make is attitude. I am sometimes surprised at the amount of attitude I get from potential tenants when I ask for more income verification, especially at the higher end rentals. So I'm going to take this opportunity and give a little attitude in return and explain the way things are. I mean, people, I'm just doing my job here, which is to make sure that the landlord gets a great application for their property. And second, we don't know you. You can tell me all day long that you make $200,000, that you get $100,000 in bonuses, that you own property elsewhere that pays for itself. But unless you provide some backup information, I don't know that this is true, and the landlord doesn't know either. The tenants tell me that when, they submit, that this is all they're submitting, and they're not going to submit anything else, and if we need more, then they'll just move on. I'm like, okay, you're kind of sounding like you're too good for this property, but if you're too good for this rental, then why are you applying? Sometimes there's a disconnect between what you're telling us and what your papers that you submitted are actually showing. So maybe we have to ask for a tax return or some other statements that show that you actually own this property. Maybe we have to ask for a little bit additional investment accounts or bank accounts. And furthermore, remember, if this is a solid listing, we're going to have multiple applications. And this is going to sound crazy if you are not from Orange County, but the truth is that we are probably going to have multiple applications with people that have over $100,000 in the bank. You might not even be the only person that owns at least $1 million worth of real estate. So you might not be that special, and if you actually want to get this property, you're just going to have to put your best foot forward. Second mistake, incomplete application. So imagine if you're a business owner and you have a job opening and someone applies and sends in their resume and it's incomplete. And it says, we have great attention to detail. I'm going to have some questions, and you are probably going to have some questions, right? That just doesn't line up. A landlord wants to rent to someone who's got it together, or at least looks like they've got it together, so that they're more likely to pay rent and pay it on time and, not be a hassle later. Provide all your documentation up front, do it in one email, provide it with your application, just fully, fill it out, don't leave any big gaps. You will thank me later. Third, and don't think that this isn't you. Not checking your credit is a third big mistake. So often do we see tenants, even the high income ones, with credit issues. Sometimes they're not aware, and sometimes they're simply trying to hide them from us. High balances, overdrafts, late payments, too many cars, a little bit of an OC problem probably. And if you have bad credit, the landlord is going to worry that you're not going to be able to pay your rent on time. So if you have issues on your credit report, just be open and upfront about it. Explain to the landlord why you have these issues, what the history is there. Sometimes life happens, and that's okay. Having a conversation that's open and honest can help clear up any questions that might be remaining. Ultimately, in California, you as a tenant are very well protected, and so landlords have to be so thorough when it comes to your application, because they can't make this decision based on really anything but your basic financial information. You may be very nice, but anything that may fall under the umbrella of protective classes, the landlord cannot take into consideration. And moreover, there has been a tremendous rise in rental scams. So landlords have to be more wary of the applications that they receive. It's a very unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. So I want to end on a very practical note with some quick tips. Just be a normal person if you're trying to apply for a rental. Don't aim to show what you think is minimally necessary to get the rental. Just be open and honest if this is a property you actually want to live in. Be complete with the information you provide, and use a good agent who has actual experience submitting rental applications so they can help you put together the strongest package. Thanks for watching my channel.